What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the secret behind Xavier Woods. Is Stephanie McMahon returning to WWE? WWE reveals the new Women's Intercontinental Championship. What's actually next for Seth Rollins? How long Jade Cargill is out for? And much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Bianca beats Jax. A Bianca Belair's match with Nia Jax was all about the storyline of the babyface team trying to eke out any advantage since they're still looking for a 5th teammate. Bayley's interference was an interesting twist, as Bianca seems to be on a different page than the rest of her team, especially after her tag team partner Jade Cargill was taken out. Belair seems willing to take any advantage, underhand or not, which raises a question whether the rumors of her pending heel turn are true. Number 2, the Xavier Kofi heat is off the charts. Last night's brutal back and forth between Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston was a reminder that where there's deep love, there's also room for deep hurt. It also showed that the long-time teammates' off-the-chart chemistry, along with Biggie of course, is just as strong, with the two playing adversaries rather than friends. The heated exchange addressed both superstars' shortcomings, with Kofi criticizing Woods' reign as King of the Ring and his lack of singles titles. But Woods didn't hold back either, calling out Kofi for his failures, including his 6-second loss to Brock Lesnar. It looks like things have reached the point of no return, and it'll be interesting to see how things play out at next week's New Day anniversary celebration. However, judging by the news, we'll see who turns on who. Number 3, American Made gets a win. American Made's tag team tornado win over the LWO's Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio was cleverly executed, with Chad Gable turning Mysterio's mask around, effectively blinding him and making him ripe for a schoolboy pin. American Made needed this W badly, as their recent losses to the normally hapless LWO have dragged them down to Alpha Academy levels. Number 4, the Wyatt 6 strike back. And Nikki Cross's backstage attack on Scarlett Bordeaux played out surprisingly well, with the WWE wisely keeping the attack off camera, leaving things to the fans' imagination as to why Scarlett was so terrified when Karrion Kross and the Final Testament found her after searching for the Wyatt 6. The Miz shined as always, as he showed his cowardly side by suggesting he stay with Bordeaux while the rest of the group searched for the Wyatt 6. Number 5, good build-up for Survivor Series. The build for Survivor Series continued, with the WWE spending just the right amount of time to build up the men's War Games match while staying focused on the Red brand. Number 6, the Women's Intercontinental Championship announcement. A congratulations to the WWE for keeping the announcement of the Women's Intercontinental Championship a secret until last night's Raw, especially since last night's show was taped. While fans had suspected a secondary Women's Championship was coming to Raw, this surprise gave fans tuning into the pre-tape show a reason to be glad they watched it rather than reading spoilers. And tension in the women's team. A Bianca Belair questioning her teammates and their motives, particularly Rhea Ripley's obsession with Liv Morgan, was a great way to address the obvious problem with this year's Women's War Games match: how it's the most random collection of wrestlers ever assembled in the match's history. While the match should have been better booked, it's smart to address its inherent flaws and utilize them for storyline purposes. But that was the good. What about the bad? As number 1, War Raiders lose. Is the War Raiders push already over? Eric and Ivar steamrolled their way to a tag team championship match, only to come up short like everyone else. This was a major mistake because Finn Balor and Jade McDonough's current reign has been weak, and Raw could benefit from strong tag team champions. If the past is any indication, then the War Raiders will join past challengers who came up short by working meaningless programs where they trade wins with their opponents. And Bron Breakker in sideshow mode. Bron Breakker's second Intercontinental Championship reign has become an afterthought, with Breakker stuck wrestling the same opponents and, worse, being used as a catalyst for other programs such as the Ludwig Kaiser Sheamus feud. Breakker needs a strong opponent, and he needs to be one of the major players on Raw, or fans will quickly tire of him. Now, there was nothing downright ugly. While there was nothing particularly outstanding about Raw, it featured enough good matches and storyline developments to make it worth watching, particularly for a taped show. What did you guys think of the Red brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Now, first story looks at WWE reveals the new Women's Intercontinental Championship. Atop of today's news is a big reveal from Raw, where General Manager Adam Pearce unveiled the Red brand's counterpart to SmackDown's Women's United States Championship. Pearce announced that a tournament will begin at the 2nd December Raw to crown the inaugural Women's United States Champion. This is great news for Raw's female undercard, especially if the WWE taps into its underutilized female superstars and even brings in a few NXT talents ready for a call-up. Next up, CM Punk is good for WWE. It looks like CM Punk's surprise appearance on SmackDown, where he joined Roman Reigns and the OG Bloodline in attacking Solo Sikoa and his Bloodline, proved to be a big boost to the Blue Brand's ratings. WrestleNomics' Brandon Thurston is reporting, the conclusion of SmackDown last Friday on USA with the Bloodline angle involving CM Punk was a high quarter hour in both total viewership and P18-49, peaking the show at 1.72 million viewers, up 15% from prior quarter. Punk's WWE return continues to be a complete success, as the WWE has wisely used him, whether it's keeping him in the public eye during his injury rehab or inserting him into key angles to add another level of excitement. Next up, what is next for Seth Rollins? As Seth Rollins has made it clear he wanted nothing to do with Roman Reigns and the original Tribal Chiefs War Games match, so what's next for the Visionary? Although rumor has it that Seth will work a program against CM Punk, Dr. Chris Featherstone is exclusively reporting, per WWE sources, current plans are for Seth Rollins to resume his feud with Bronson Reed following the Survivor Series PLE. Bronson Reed has told Rollins and the WWE Universe that his feud with Seth isn't over until he says it's over, which begs the question whether Rollins will attack Reed at Survivor Series and whether this will spark the rumored feud between Seth and CM Punk. Next up, Jade Cargill out for a few months. Now it looks like the rumors that Jade Cargill's kayfabe injury was set up to hide a real-life injury are true. PW Nexus is reporting, sources within PW Nexus are confirming Jade is indeed injured, as Dave Meltz has reported, and the 3-month time frame is a best-case scenario, and it's reportedly a neck injury. Her WrestleMania spot is currently in limbo due to this and could be out up to a year. But this is a major setback for Jade, who the WWE clearly has big plans for, as seen by her 2 tag team reigns with Bianca Belair. It's unknown what the WWE's WrestleMania plans for Cargill were, but given the way the WWE's hinted at a Jade-Bianca breakup, it's likely that they were planning a singles match between the two. Speaking of the Women's Tag Team Championship, it's unknown whether the WWE will strip Jade and Bianca of the titles or allow Belair to find a new partner. One thing is for sure, this latest injury to someone holding the title is certain to renew fan debate whether the tag titles are really cursed. Next up is Stephanie McMahon returning to the WWE. Now, although the Billion Dollar Princess appeared at WrestleMania 40's second night and was seen at ringside at SummerSlam, fans want to know if she's going to return to her executive role in the WWE. Well, that remains to be seen, as PW Insider Elite recently noticed Stephanie doesn't have a role in the WWE. However, she has been seen at WWE's new headquarters, leading to speculation that she may return. At the same time, it's also possible she stopped by to tape segments for the WWE's various documentaries or even to say hello to old friends. Would you guys like to see Stephanie return to WWE? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the secret behind Xavier Woods. Now, with things looking bleak for the New Day, fans are curious whether Xavier Woods or Kofi Kingston will turn heel. Now, some fans are pointing to Woods' choice of ring gear as a sign he'll be turning villain. Ex-user Luigi Wrestling posted pictures of Kofi and Xavier with a side shot of Dragon Ball Z characters Goku and Goku Black. Kofi wore ring gear matching the heroic Goku, while Rhodes wore ring gear similar to the villainous Goku Black. Another example came from ex-user Dylan Francis, who tweeted this along with a picture of Woods' choice of outfit. He also wore the Black Lanterns one day. Now, the Black Lanterns are an evil group of the DC Comics superhero characters, the Green Lantern Corps. Is Woods telling us something that's been in the works for some time now? Is WWE going to do a complete switch up and have Kofi turn heel instead? Right now, with that attire, all fingers point to Xavier turning heel. Next up, a big bout added to Survivor Series. Shinsuke Nakamura's recent attacks on United States champion LA Knight have been apparently paid off, as the WWE has announced that the King of Strong Style will challenge Knight for the championship this Saturday at Survivor Series. What do you guys think of this addition? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, AEW moving Australian pay-per-view venue. Now it's time for an update on AEW's upcoming Grand Slam pay-per-view, as Fightful Select reports AEW is moving the venue. It's been noted that the event was initially scheduled for the Suncorp Stadium. And finally, he wrestled with a broken freaking leg. Last but not least, Costco guy's Big Boom AJ's win over QT Marshall at AEW's Full Gear wowed fans over as he put on a surprisingly good bout. Big Boom is also getting more accolades following the revelation that he broke his foot before the match, and it worked without letting anyone know he was injured. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.